Let's talk Canada. Today I'll be talking about how we have to understand what is happening in the world is not politics. The right-wing global movement is about overtaking countries for its resources. As you know, the neo-Christo-fascists are the groups who downplay climate change, but believe me, they all know that climate change is very real, which is why they are attempting to take control of all the natural resources. Now, Canada has been under threat for quite some time. That threat was made clear as we witnessed the CPC selling off our Canadian businesses and locking us into bad economic deals with foreign countries. When the CPC was in the federal PMO position, they worked diligently to weaken our governance and make it easy for the neo-Christofascists to interfere in our country. Canadian news sources were sold to foreign ownership, but know that Stephen Harper ensured the buyers would be full supporters of mentally and emotionally manipulating the Canadian citizenry. The non-stop disinformation campaign against Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and the federal Liberals is part of the right-wing method to overtake our democracy. The CPC lie about everything. They manufacture high drama over issues that are simply administrative missteps, but they manipulate drama to get the citizens to believe it's a scandal. The hired propagandists help push the crap of the CPC. They manage to do to factions of our populace what Fox News and the MAGA Republicans have done to the American citizenry. Many in our country will harm everyone because they have been polarized, radicalized, indoctrinated, and misled by voting for the right-wing movement. To stop yourself from being one of the misled, figure out why the rabid hate for the Liberals is being subliminally planted in your emotional mind. Who would hate Canada's federal Liberal government? The enemies of humanity, individual freedoms, and social agreement have always been among us. Fascism was not defeated on D-Day. The fascist patriarchal colonizers were not defeated when Canadians elected Pierre Elliott Trudeau, and we got human rights for everyone. Those hateful, ignorant groups still exist, and they have been interfering in every progress that we try to improve the quality of life in Canada. The vulture capitalists are behind a lot of the disinformation because our current Prime Minister has been striving to bring back equality and fairness for the entire citizenry. The owners of large grocery chains, online centers such as Amazon, and tech owners like Rogers and Bell do not want more competitors. The federal Liberals have been investing in homegrown talent and bringing in more businesses. That is competition. Cults like the Campaign Life Coalition and Right Now, plus a variety of other such cultish groups, hate the Liberals because of our human rights, support for quality education, and the increase in social services that make life better for people. As you are aware, Conservative premiers have utilized the notwithstanding clause against our fundamental human rights. They are using their government position for the patriarchal cults who hate our individuality and our freedom of choice. They are also causing more capitalism to support their very wealthy donors. It is now that every citizen who wants Canada to be a good country to work and live in stands against the right wing on our soil. There are solutions to every current pocketbook and social issue that has been brought to the forefront of our attention. The intelligent solutions that the federal Liberal have put forth and implemented have been sabotaged every time by the CPC and the Conservative premiers who are fully employed for the CPC. If you want solutions to every problem, we need to unite just as Canadians and get the very compromised Conservative parties out of our Canadian government. Then we work with the federal Liberals and progressive provincial governments to solve all the issues that are holding us down. The enemies of the Canadian way are knocking hard on our emotional reactions. Don't answer their call. As always, be aware and remain Canadian.